Ramadanomics is in full swing here on the Business Breakfast. And this morning we are talking about the business of iftar with Jumeirah's Mr. F&B, Andy Cuthbert. Andy, it's an annual date. It's lovely to see you again.
Thank you, Brandy. Richard, great to be back. Thank you so much.
How far in advance do you guys at Jumeirah start planning for Ramadan?
Ramadan comes once a year, so we start 12 months in advance, and then we lose 10 days as we move forward. But yeah, it's a constant in our mind that we have to be ready because we do such beautiful large venues as well.
And we are again in a cooler month this year for Ramadan. What does that mean for those venues?
Well, we've been very lucky with Jumeirah being positioned on the beach with large space indoors and outdoors. So our majlises and our venues are really true to the Jumeirah ethos of a global majlis, connecting people, conversation, culture, and being an Arabian hospitality company with Jumeirah hospitality at our essence. I think the time that we've been able to get back inside after the hot months in summer, we took the risk last year, we went outside, we've done it again this year, and that just adds another element and a beautiful destination, not only in Madinat Jumeirah on the Fourth Island, but also at Jumeirah Beach Hotel in their garden, and also in the garden of Burj Al Arab this year.
And on the outside at Emirates Towers.
And on the outside of Emirates Towers.
You say you take the risk because outside, yes, the weather is cooler, but we are probably all a bit more rain sensitive than we used to be.
I think that's something that we have to just get used to now as well. My worry is more the humidity. When the humidity kicks up, and especially with the beautiful seating that we've got outside, it's partially covered, partially not covered. So that's a bit of an issue for us. It was last year. I'm hoping that being on the 1st of March, inshallah, that the Ramadan will start, it'll just be that little bit drier. If it rains, will it rain? It will rain. And hopefully it'll rain just a little bit in the morning. And by iftar timing, we're all dry and ready to serve our guests.
Do you have emergency tentage?
We have emergency tarpaulins for outside, but as we have a large venue indoors, plus we have the Jahara ballroom at Madinat Jumeirah, there's no risk of losing customers. It's just that people are a little bit more, do you think, will it rain today? I don't think so, but it could in Ras Al Khaimah.
You've mentioned Madinat a couple of times, and of course the venues there are some of the biggest for iftar. What kind of scale are we calling? Roughly how many people would have Madinat have hosted for iftar last year?
Last year for iftar and sahur, we did approximately 42,000 people, so customers. So our seating capacity is close to 1,000. Now, we restrict in the iftar timing because we need to be conscious of the breaking of the fast. We want people to have a smooth experience. So we reduce that seating capacity down to about 700 to 800. And it just gives a better flow because it is a mixture of on-the-table service, but also buffet. So we don't want people to be waiting in great queues to break their fast. That's why we do a lot of service before the iftar, the juices, the laban, the dates come onto the table. And so people are ready to break their fast when we hear the call to prayer.
And what are you expecting to see this year? There's great talk about the rising Dubai population. Are you calculating that in?
Well, with our extra venue being open 30 days, hopefully we'll probably hit around 70 to 72,000 food covers. Now that's through the iftar and the sahur periods. The Jumeirah Beach Hotel is an extremely large venue as well, and they've extended theirs. They've got their tentonomics in action. They'll be ready to combat the weather and the rain as well. So they've got a clear, beautiful crystal roofed structure over their full area on the beach.
How early do corporates start booking in their company iftars?
We have people that book 1 year in advance. We have people that block their tables for the last 10 years. And then with our supporters and our sponsors, we then talk to them well in advance. And of course, we're very loyal to some of our oldest sponsors. So we go back to them as a first right. And we know pretty much what they want. So within the systems, we block everything. People, I think the corporates are a little bit more advanced than the general public at the moment, because we're seeing a little bit of not a slowdown, but it's just a lag in our bookings for iftar. But everyone will wake up tomorrow and say, it's Ramadan on Saturday. That's what I believe. You know how we are here. We're always last minute, so it'll come. A lot of corporate bookings are already, and with the added majlis outside our majlis garden, that's really delivered a venue that people want to be outside versus the ballroom experience. So that's where we're quite lucky across the group that we have such multiple venues to satisfy inside and outside. And if someone wants a completely private ballroom event, then we have the space available as well.
Do you see changes in terms of how companies organise or what they want for their iftars in terms of whether they go large, whether they go small? Do we go through trends?
Yeah, we used to do really big ones, 800,000 people for iftar, which generates its own problems. But now we see more smaller, intimate, 50 people, 20 people, 200 people. So they break it up a lot. A lot of our supporters do that as well, instead of just having that one big thing. But we get a lot of companies that will book a private space for a week and then host multiple guests through that space as well. Some of our real estate partners, they actually use the Majlis as a thank you and a selling tool, but also more as a thank you to their brokers and their buyers as well. So it's a mixture. But the larger ones, everyone wants to go outside, so you can't really block the Majlis exclusive. So if you want it exclusive, we don't do it. But outside in our garden, we do exclusive iftars and suhoors, but mainly the ballroom would be targeted for the 800s, the thousands.
I've got about 40 seconds left with you. We spoke to Patil yesterday, 60% of their date sales are Ramadan and the build-up. How do you secure your date supply?
We have a partner that secures the dates for us. So we have about a ton of dates already. We'll use probably 1.5 to 1.8 tons of dates, and then the rest is pre-booked. All the meat, the vegetables, everything else we need is pre-ordered. Orders placed way in advance so that our suppliers get enough notice as well.
Andy Cuthbert is Mr. F&B at Jumeirah. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Brandy, and Ramadan Kareem to everyone. Thank you.